Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to cram a lot of stuff into one video, so I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to start off by wishing Christopher Mitchell a happy 44th birthday today. Today Christopher Mitchell turns 44. On his 44th birthday, he's hosting a mastermind group in Illinois, probably Chicago, no matter what he says about Vegas. He's in Illinois, and he's got 15 mastermind people that are paying him money on his birthday, probably asking for a gift and all. So I'm going to read a lot of stuff because you can't make this stuff up. There's 15 people. I did a poll, and like I said, a poll is only as good as how the information is checked out, but 44% of the people I think it was 35 people answered the poll. 44 people have sent him over $1,000. 35% sent him under 100. And I think 25 to 30% sent him 500 or more. Amazing how this guy has gotten into people's pocketbooks. And you know, if this system's worked, you'd have all kinds of people coming forward, congratulating themselves, talking about, like the truck driver that was supposed to make all this money. All these Zach Joneses and Wingirders of the world, nowhere to be found. The $1 Million Blueprint, all these people, it's zero. You know, you got to understand, when he gets your money, that's what it's about. He knows it's a recipe. He's got to keep this facade up for Stacy, and he's got to get that kind of money in to live off of so he can go ahead and wager these $21,000 bets on losing sports bets, which brings me into the last thing he said. You know, he'd never gamble on sports because he can't control the outcome. He has nothing to do with it. He's betting on athletes and teams. And what does he do? Lays $21,000 on Georgia and Ohio State, bid him again. Let me share this lie with you. I mean, he has so many lies, and this tells some of these content how they lie. Okay, so he says he got floor seats to the Phoenix Suns Golden State game last Christmas, and they would not let him sit down in his chair. And the people, the ushers and the security came and got him and said he didn't have an ID to be in the arena. So he said he left it at home. Either he's lying to them, saying he left it at home, or B, he never had one, because he said he'd never get the vaccine. And hey, if he didn't get the vaccine, no big deal. I'm not hating on you. I can only tell you I'm not a big believer in all the proof that they're saying about vaccines. So if he didn't get a vaccine, I could care less. I think that's probably pretty smart. But, you know, he'd have to lie to them if say if he had one or not. But let's talk about part 2 of it. You get into the arena, they don't say, come on down to the floor. We'll see your COVID test when you get to your floor seats. They're going to ask you for those seats when you come through the turnstiles and you come into gate with your ticket. They're not going to check you once you're into their stadium. That's a bunch of hooey. That's a load of crap. So, I mean, the guy can't tell the truth. He can't tell the truth. So, you know, you're going to get all the way down to your seat. They're not going to have a seat check and say, where's your, you know, if you're not going to let somebody into an arena, you're not letting them get into the stadium, period. Think about that, guys. Does that make sense to y'all? The guy just can't stop lying. Then he regurgitates the same old story about his abusive dad. His mom died of stress, yada, yada, yada. And within the last 3 years, he's found the magic rainbow to become a multi-millionaire. Not just a millionaire. And this is after he's lost hundreds of $1,000s, where he had to have that money to lose. So whose money did he lose? He lost Stacy, his divorced wife's divorce money. You know, he lost that. Stacy, you're going down a rabbit hole of problems. If your parents foreseen all this and they said get out, there's a good reason why they said that, because I don't wish divorce or anything on anybody, but if you're married to an addict, there's a good chance they could see the signs on the wall and are looking out for your best interest, because anybody that sits there and tells you quit your job, quit your job, quit your job, yet leads me into my second part of this video. He's taking applications to give a job. A job just over broken. I'm going to read this. This is what you would be applying for. This is classic. I mean, I wanted to read you this a week ago. So let me get this here. Through all his nonsense. Okay, guys, bear with me. This is worth the wait. Okay, he's a businessman, a YouTuber that's looking to find a videographer. I'm going to read it, and when I put heavy accents and shout, that's mean it's in all caps, and he wants emphasis on it. He wants to drive this point home. Full-time videographer and editor needed. You will be working for me. Oh my God, that's what I'm applying to. I will be your boss. They're applying to me and being your boss. They got to put emphasis. I'm going to be your boss. That tells me a lot. Please read thoroughly. In other words, don't ask any questions. Don't bother me. Don't do nothing. Just whatever I say, that's what it is. A month ago, I made a post looking for a full-time videographer and editor. I received quite a few responses, but nothing has came of it yet. So I'm posting this again. And you or anyone you know, a skilled videographer and editor who wants a new job/life. There are strict requirements. You must live in the city that I live in. If you don't, currently, you must be willing to move. And you know the way he moves, it's going to be a very short-lived job, and it's going to be a miserable job because you're working for an egomaniac that will drive you nuts. You'll be doing their laundry. You'll be doing everything. You'll be running his errands. You're not just going to be a videographer or editor. You're going to be his personal everything. I'm telling you, this guy, he's nobody that you could ever work for. Let's understand that. You must be able to show me your work so I can see if you're qualified. Your job duty will be following me around, filming me practically every day. Some days you won't work at all. Interesting. Some days you work an hour or two. Some days you'll be working a lot. Boy, that's really a lot. Defined a lot. Some days you will be traveling with me. What a joy that's going to be. I will pay you $1,000 weekly. Guys, is that going to be W-2 income or W-9? I'm sure he's going to issue you a W-9. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but just realize you're going to put away 20-25% of that in taxes. So, just understand, Christopher Mitchell is going to be paying you cash. So maybe he's not going to issue a W-9. Either way, he'll be, excuse me, breaking the law. When you travel with me, all of your expenses will be paid for by me. I'm going to pay for all your traveling expenses. That's generous. If you're good, if I enjoy having you by my side, and if you last an entire year, I will pay you a cash bonus. That means you're not going to last a year, and it's going to be a very short-lived career. So, if you or anyone you know would like to become my full-time videographer and editor, please send me a private message. Thank you. And then he's got a picture of him in front of a fake Lamborghini that he doesn't own. A fake yacht all sprawled out looking like a porn star that he does not own. And flashing tons of cash that we all know he loves to dabble in counterfeit fake bills for the use of props. And then he's going to fan out a bunch of cash to make him look so important. And there's at least 15 suckers that are falling for this stuff, signing up for his mastermind group. Guys, on that yacht down in Florida, reach out to me. Leave it in the comments section. Say, hey, I'd love to tell you what went down on that boat. He probably has all kinds of people signing. I bet you guys have to sign some type of release that y'all not going to share the nonsense that goes on, exposing this guy. Guys, they're not enforceable. Feel free to expose away. Then he wants to share a quick update. A few years ago, I was completely broke. A few years ago, he's going to go on to that story. He loves recycling about how he went from Uber driver to millionaire. Absolutely hysterical. Hysterical. He wasn't proud enough to tell you about that. Now he's boasting about it. So we covered his lies about the arena and showing a COVID test, which by his own accountability, he's never got the vaccine. So what is there to show? And then secondly, he gets all the way down to the floor seating and they ask him for the test results, which in its own right constitutes a lie. Before you even get down to those seats, I promise you, you're going to be checked out way before you get down to the floor. Okay, so what do we got? So now we got this mastermind group that he's doing. That in itself is hysterical. It just goes to show you the lies, the lies, the lies. So I'm going to, he's talking about goal setting in the new year. He's talking about quitting your broke 9-to-5 job, make goals and challenges. There was something I really wanted to hit home. Let me see what it is. Wanted to do all this in one. So he wakes up talking about goat life, heading to Vegas to meet 15 people to teach how to change their lives. You know, same old rhetoric. Look what you're missing out by. Look what you're missing out by not being with me. You know, before you can be a coach, you have to have accomplished something so you can be something you can teach your people, you know. P.S. I cannot believe how many idiots in this world are still wearing face masks. Talk about being brainwashed. Well, that could have some merit. I'm not going to hate him for that statement. I got to go through a lot of this stuff, so just bear with me. On the 9th, he was born in Houston, Texas on July 9th, 1979. Talks about 44 years having flown by. When I was 3 years old, same old song and dance. His mom was a single mother. When he was 7, he promised her the world. Same old regurgitated MLM type of strategy to get your confidence and show you that any loser in the world can overcome getting a real job if you just learn how to scam people. You know, he tells that same old worn out story, so I'm not even gonna read that to you. Talks about he was 27 years old. He got into multi-level marketing. Okay, this is precious. Pay attention to this, guys. This is in his own words, and I quote, "When I was 33 years old, I was living in southern Florida as a bachelor, enjoying my life with a different woman every night of the week." Understand this. This is 11 years ago. It's not really 11 years ago because you got to understand he's been on YouTube for 3, so it's been 9 years ago. This is the mindset you're talking about. Just follow me, because 9 years ago I can tell you exactly what I was doing, what I was earning, how hard I was working, and how great everything, you know, everything was going good. So just follow me on this. Just think, 9 years goes by. If you're in your 20s, you won't understand this, but if you're in your 30s and 40s, 9 years goes by, and if you're older, it goes by even quicker. So pay attention here. This is his words, and this is the way he comes across. I'm going to read this. That was until 2 women from Ohio came down for a vacation. One of the ladies was a single MILF, M-I-L-F. This is what I want to post on YouTube. One of the ladies was a single MILF. Good to know. Named Stacy. Ooh, better to know. Now, if I'm trying to win your confidence and I'm trying to reach out to you guys. That's how I'm going to refer to you as my potential wife. I moved to Ohio. I had to move there because that's where the free rent and that's where the money was coming. So I had to move to Ohio for her. And a year later, we got married. Got married to her so I could lock in that 401k and all that retirement money because I was stone cold broke. I was just a nomad going from state to state. But I got me a MILF. Woohoo! CM got himself a MILF. Say that word, MILF. It's just something about saying MILF. Repeat after me, MILF. On my 40th birthday, a whopping 4 years ago, Stacy and I flew back down to Florida to go skydiving. That evening we had sex and she became pregnant with my baby boy. Good to know, Christopher. That MILF gave you sex because you were banging every other woman in town every other night. That MILF fell in love with your 5'7" scamming crazy self. A week later, I started gambling at the casino. Think about that. Runs to and from Ohio to Florida. Finds a MILF with money because he was going from woman to woman at 33. Not hating on you there, but this is what he's saying. If you're going to do all that, keep it on the low down. Don't be telling people. Who brags about that kind of stuff? Surely not I. Oh, sorry. I lost my train of thought thinking about years ago. I took both of us hundreds and thousands of dollars in debt. Imagine that. 33-year-old banging everything in town, finding himself a MILF, going back and forth, and now he's found the casino. I ain't getting no job, girl. You think the goat's gonna work? Shoot, I got myself a little bit of a big bankroll in a MILF. Shoot, don't ask. Player ain't gonna be working, dog. Serious? You want me to work? Shoot. Working's for fools, man. Ain't gonna be no just over broke. Should I go back to being a bachelor, Stacy? You can try to collect child support on me. I ain't got no job, girl. I told her, okay, I took both of us hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Imagine that. 2 months before my baby boy was born, my MILF wife said she was going to file for divorce. Smart girl. Smart MILF. I told her if she did, it would be the biggest mistake of my life. It'd be the biggest mistake of her life that she ever made because I was so close to figuring out how to beat the casinos, and pretty soon I would be rich. Hot damn, all these people, all these Japanese billionaires, all these Middle Easterners, these whales, these Americans with all this cash, and broke old MILF searcher, swiping, thinks he found the magic secret. Caesar's Palace and MGM, man, they fear this dude. They fear that goat. She gave me her blessing and told me I had 60 days to figure this gambling thing out. And I do stress gambling thing out because she had a baby about to join us. Like a lot of Americans do every day. They get up and go to work. I know doctors, lawyers, business people, managers, CEOs. You know, they get up and go to work every day. They don't want to go gamble their... Anyways, you guys just pay attention. You'll learn something here, guys. Either from me or the GOAT. Within the next 2 months, you bet your sweet I made $50,000 in cash. Just in time for baby Christopher. I made that money, girl. Look at me. Woohoo! I made us 50K. I told you. As I celebrate 44 years of life today, I can't help but be grateful for so many blessings and so many innocent, stupid suckers out there willing to send me money to mastermind groups and just pay my bills. And then I can go risk 21 grand on Georgia to not cover against Ohio State. But I told Stacy as soon as that game was over, instead of partying on my birthday, I'd host a mastermind group so I could get that money back. And what did I do? by golly, I got that money back. I found 15 Wingirders and Zach Joneses and just basically foolish people thinking they can beat the casino. I almost committed suicide many times and almost died in a car crash. You remember he crashed that car and somebody online found him and gave him a brand new car? I sat in the county jail a couple of times, both times because I assaulted someone in public. Guy's got anger management, people. He assaulted a couple of people in public. That's what he said. Christopher, they probably deserved it and you had all rights to it. You know, it wasn't their fault. Before I met my wife, I was a playboy who had sex with hundreds of women. I ain't hating, dog. I ain't hating on you. If I could just edit this and give you a little, Anyways, my videographer's coming a little unglued, so I'm going to proceed with my video. But Christopher, you do what you do, dog. You were a playboy. Before you met your wife, you forgot your gay porn stint you did in LA. Come on, put that out there. Let's see if I get to it, guys. Stay with me. I partied with celebrities in huge mansions in Beverly Hills, and I've also ate with homeless living on the streets. In my last 3 years, I've made more money than I did in my first 40 years combined. Yeah, I'm sure you got into being a better scammer and finding suckers from YouTube. I've stayed in the most upscale, ritziest hotels that a person can dream of. I've ate the finest restaurants where a meal for me and my wife is $1,000. I've flown first class and even in a couple of private jets. You gotta say he knows how to paint a beautiful picture. He makes Van Gogh jealous. This guy has not met, this guy, let me just say this. Christopher Mitchell, when he had those elbow issues, it wasn't from curling those 100-pound dumbbells. It was trying to pat himself on the back too many times. Oh, God, I must have the same thing. Anyway, guys, I now give thousands of dollars away. And every single month I help the poor. We got to tell that. That makes me look a little bit better when I can tell you how much I gave away. And on my 44th birthday, I'm moving into a dream home that I've been visualizing for a very long time. So, as I lost my spot, let me get it back. I just was getting so excited here. Gosh, people, hold on. It's going to be worth it. Gosh, I just got to keep scrolling because this guy, he loves that goat life, baby. Seeing Christopher Mitchell being, when I was 18 years old, I made my way to Los Angeles. Remember that story? To make ends meet. Listen how he sugarcoats this, guys. Hold on there. I was a personal trainer during the day and a male stripper at night. And then in big caps, seriously! Let's scratch male stripper and / porn star. That's me. You're just going to put porn star in there. Ain't a hating on you. Just do it and own it. Own it, guy. Come on. Own it. Can't tell the truth. Let me get back. As I celebrate 44 years today, I can't help but be grateful to the so many blessings. But I'll say one thing. That double jackpot, he's a pain in my you-know-what. Guys, why do I have so many jealous douchebag haters? Maybe because you're a freaking douchebag. Okay. He's been with hundreds of women, yada, yada, yada. First class. Instead of taking a family vacation to Hawaii or Dubai for my birthday, I decided to put my mastermind event to help people change their lives. Let me break that down for you. Instead of going to a nice vacation to Hawaii or someplace, I got to get back that 21K I lost on Georgia, so I'm going to find me 15 suckers so I can get that money back. And I found them. I've lived a lifestyle that many people never be able to dream about. I have the greatest wife and son that I ever wished for. I'm moving into my dream home that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? We haven't seen your last home and your last place. I've done what I love and I get to change people's lives. Oh, you sure do. Every single day you get to teach people about having an addiction and losing their hard-earned money. I'm proof that dreams really can come true. Or nightmares, people. Just remember, there's not much between a dream and a nightmare. You know what they say? The only thing between a dream and a nightmare is poor planning. Thank you to everyone who believes in me, supporting me, and calls me their friend. I love you. And then he'll cuss you people out in the next sentence and tell you what a douchebag, jealous, broke person you are. And that brother of his, he's a mental midget as well. Andrew, these people, you know what they say about family like him. They got the initials WT. WT. So just remember that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. These were all facts. These were all his words to your ears through Double Jackpot's translation. So guys, I want all you guys that have not subscribed already to smash that subscribe button, become avid supporters of the channel, because I know you guys love this content. I plan on doing it more and more and more. The more Christopher Mitchell puts up on Facebook, the more I have to relay to y'all, because it's hysterical. And I had one of my awesome subscribers tell me I'm going to leak this information because he's out there bragging that he's in Vegas. And I don't know, nor do I really care, but he's actually in Illinois from what everybody tells me. So Christopher Mitchell likes to, be very deceitful and lies and say things that aren't true. And, everything I told you is stuff that, if you did all that stuff, you're a loser. And Stacy, you know what you need to do. You've gone and played this game long enough. It's time for you to try to distance yourself from this guy and say, hey, I tried to, I fell for the rebound. I fell for a con man. Con man's just somebody that builds confidence in you and then pulls the rug out from under you. So guys, I'm going to give you the last prediction. I'm taking TCU in all the points tonight. And having said that, Georgia will probably blow them out of the stadium. But anyways, can't go against the Christian school. Not only that, I had a dear friend that played baseball there. Big shout out to him. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video.